What is up? God damn frog in my throat. All right. All right, guys, so here we are with another pickups video. And I know like 2 videos ago I said, I'm gonna slow down the pickups. But you know what? Life is crazy right now. This is like the busy time of the year for me as far as just activities outside of work. And no, I did not film this at the same time as my last video. I just am wearing the same shirt because this freaking shirt is awesome. It's actually really comfortable. And you get it at Walmart, so you should get the shirt. It's a really good shirt. But anyways, okay, so as you know, I have been really focusing on Xbox, but I pretty much at this point got everything pretty much the heavy hitters out of the way, the ones I want to play and the ones that, you know, I'm just kind of seeking after. But I did see one today, so we'll start with that one. Now, this is a game based on a movie, which apparently is actually a pretty good version of the game. And we'll give this one a try. I picked it up today. I haven't got a chance to play it yet, but we will play through this. And this is the Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay. I apologize for the glare. My wife actually reorganized my game room. I'm actually on the other side of the room, so my door is behind me, whereas the entrance to my house was previously in front of me. So just bear with me on that. So if the glare is in your face and it bothers you and it causes you to skip the video, then you suck anyways. All right. Couple PS2 games I found at Goodwill this week. And the first one, I can't remember if I played this one. I remember playing a 007 game for the PS2 that I actually really enjoyed that I played online. I don't remember if it was this one because I don't think this one has the online functionality. This is 007 Nightfire. And for you guys that know, I do love me some first-person shooters. And which brings me to the next one, PS2. Interesting story behind this PS2 game. This was one of the first games my wife ever bought me in like 2006. It was our first Christmas together. And I had the PS2 at the time. This was ass end of the PlayStation 2 lifespan, but I just got back from deployment in late 2005. Actually, I got this game late 2005, early 2006. I can't remember if it was right before the Xbox 360 or whatever came out, but anyways, I was on deployment. I didn't get a chance to play my PS2 while I was on deployment. My wife got me this game. That's Call of Duty Big Red 1. Really enjoyed this game. This is when Call of Duty, I mean, it's not a bad series anymore, but it's definitely more online focused now than what it used to be. Back then it was more of the cinematics and gameplay, but gameplay's still good, but whatever. Next 2 were to complete a series for the PS2. I'm still playing through the first one, but this one is Devil May Cry 2. And then this one I actually used to own. It was one I played, or I didn't play. I bought it while I was on deployment, hoping I would play it when I get back, and for some reason just never got around to it. And Devil May Cry 3. And yeah, I know I could have bought the remaster series on the 360, but I kind of just wanted to play them on the PS2. You know, something about it. And I like having complete series on consoles, especially if it's a 3-game series and it's easy to get. Might as well just do it, especially, I mean, they're only like $5 games anyways. So, you know, why not? All right, so the next couple, we got some PS1 games and a Dreamcast game. First PS1 game was a thrift store find / Goodwill. And that is Vigilante 8. Sorry for the glare. You know what it is. So yeah, Vigilante 8. Vigilante 8. It's kind of like Twisted Metal's annoying little brother, except it's actually a good game. But I never played much of it when I was younger. You know, it's a car combat game. I remember playing a little bit of it because I always played Twisted Metal 1 and 2. And I remember playing this one, I was like, that's not bad. I mean, it's no Twisted Metal 2, but it has its place definitely. In my collection, it has its place. Maybe not yours, but in mine, it definitely does. I like those type of throwing games, especially for PS1 games. This next one is definitely not a throwing game. This is a time commitment. I've never actually played the second one. Loved the hell out of the first one, and Munch's Odyssey for Xbox. And this is Oddworld Abe's Exodus. And much like the first one, you are Abe. You play as Abe trying to escape from the alien dudes who grind you up and make you food. Play through that one eventually. And this one is a must for the Sega Dreamcast. You know, for a while I was burning Dreamcast games, but you know, I didn't know this, but apparently that if you've ever burned Dreamcast games, you'll know that the GD-ROM, which was the format of the Dreamcast, it was a little over a gig, and CDs only hold, what, 720 megabytes? So if they're over 720, you either can't burn them or you have to shrink the file size to where it's taking away from either the sound or the graphics of the game. And having figured that out and having learned that, you know, I figured maybe I'm gonna go for a Dreamcast collection. So maybe now that I'm focusing my shift away from Xbox, still looking at a lot of PS1 stuff, hence the Oddworld and some of the other ones I've picked up recently. You know, when I see them, I'm gonna get them, I think, at this point. And this pickup was Jet Grind Radio for the Sega Dreamcast. And surprisingly, it's one I've never played before. I was always like into the arcade ports when I was younger, especially for the Sega Dreamcast. Never played this one, but you know, everyone tells me, hey, it's a staple. I'm sure I'll love it. So maybe retro replay down the line, or first impressions, since I've never played it before. That'd be kind of cool. And damn, oh, I'm sorry, I was Myron, using my front camera like a boss. So yeah, maybe a retro replay down the line, and got a stack of NES games, so let's go ahead and knock those out. All right, so here we go. Now this first one is a game I grew up with, love the game, and it's definitely a different take on the type of game it is, and that is Pinball Quest for the NES. And you essentially have 4 different pinball things, tables, whatever you want to call them, and there's actually an RPG mode for this game, which makes it actually very interesting. You can go through certain levels of the game. You know, you have to get keys, you have to kill enemies, you have to open doors. There's even boss battles, which is cool. It's kind of difficult because if you die, or you don't die, you go back down all the way to the beginning if you die. And you also upgrade your flippers, you can buy stoppers, so there's a lot of cool little RPG type concepts to this that make it definitely more than your standard pinball game. This next one is a classic, you know what it is, RC Pro-Am. You know, if you want to call it the great grandfather of Twisted Metal, I guess you could. It's sort of a car combat game. You know, you have your missiles and bombs and whatnot you can drop, but definitely a good game. I mean, it's a $5 game. If you don't have it in your collection, definitely one you should probably throw in there. Next one, I have the second one. I love the second one. From what I understand, the first one is not quite as in-depth as the second one, but I want to go ahead and play it because I've never played the first one and really enjoyed the second one, and that is the first Star Tropics. And interestingly enough, the second Star Tropics was actually one of the last Nintendo released games for the NES. I think Wario's Woods was the last official Nintendo game that was made for the Nintendo. And Star Tropics 2 is the second last. You guys are gonna laugh at me that I don't have this in my collection, but Tetris, pick that up. And if you don't know what that is, you're an idiot. This next one, I picked it up out of curiosity. I've never played it. I don't know about this game. I played a little bit and I'm not sure if I like it. I don't know, maybe I gotta give it some more time. I gave it like 20 minutes and was like, this is kind of lame, and turned it off. So, I don't know, Fester's Quest. Again, it's a less than $5 game, so why the hell not? Now these next two games are a little bit of a backstory to them. The first one is a game I love this game as a kid. And ironically enough, you ever just kind of like forget about a game or forget about something? This was one I forgot about, and I was watching a pickups video and they showed this game and I went, holy shit, I remember that game and I freaking loved it. I paused the video, went on Amazon and ordered it because, you know what, I was just praying that it wasn't like a crazy expensive game, because you never know. Not too many people know about this game. Yeah, it is Ibuki Quantum Fighter. And it was a John Riggs and Metal Jesus Rocks pickups video. And I'm so glad they mentioned this game, because I can't believe I forgot about this game. I used to sit downstairs in my basement and play the shit out of this game and just rage quit like crazy. The cool thing about this game, it actually has for a Nintendo game, the mechanics are amazing. It's super responsive. It's a super smooth game. If you die, it's because you suck. I mean, it is a challenging game, but it's not going to be one of those games where it's like, oh man, I hit jump and it didn't jump, and you know, it's a good game. Definitely retro replay will be soon on this one. Absolutely love it. Now, this next one, this is a cool game, and this is a game that is brand new for the Nintendo. I think the game's about a year old. I mean, I hate using the term homebrew because it's like some guy like just putting together carts in his basement, or I don't know. I used to brew my own beer, so homebrew like makes me think of beer, not video games. But maybe, I guess you can call it an independent game. It's an indie game. It is an indie game for the NES. It actually is on Steam as well. And Gamester81 did a video on it. Sean Long did a video on it, and that was about it. And I'm like, you know what? That game actually looks really cool, and it's a new Nintendo game. It's a brand new Nintendo game. It's like being a freaking kid again, and that is Haunted Halloween 1985. And this is a total custom case here. Really kind of, now I'm actually irritated about the light because I'm trying to show this. It's got you can get it in gray or green. I got this one in green, and it's that clear, transparent, and then branding label. I mean, it's good, definitely good quality. If I closed my eyes and held this, and held an actual Nintendo game, I wouldn't notice. And this is it's a platformer / more of a beat 'em up / platformer. There's some platforming elements, but not too much. Certainly not much more than like a Double Dragon would have. But essentially you're a high school kid who missed the dance, and you got to get to the dance, and everybody turns into zombies, and it's actually got a really decent story. And I could talk so much about this game. You have different, I mean, it is a love letter to that era, to that genre, to just those types of games. I mean, there's levels in this game that will resemble levels, like there's a level that resembles one of the ice level in Battletoads. And yeah, it was just, thank God it's not nearly as hard, but I stayed up so late last Saturday when I got this game, because for the first time in 25 years, I was playing a brand new Nintendo game on my NES. And there's something to be said for that. I mean, I didn't pay $10 for the game. I didn't pay $20 for the game. It is a full price game, you know, but your money's going towards a small business. The game was made by Cash and Culture. So your money is going towards a small business. You're helping somebody feed their family, not just a big corporation. And you know, it's encouraging because hopefully maybe they'll release more games. And interesting enough, they are actually releasing a sequel, and I'm definitely going to be getting the sequel. But yeah, this kind of leads me into the discussion of if you could experience a console new for the first time again, what console would it be? Or if you could play brand new games for a console, or you know, what console would you play for it? Just me thinking, just me experiencing this takes me back to a time where like I didn't care about, you know, certain things in life, and it was just cool to sit down and play a brand new game for the first time, and just staying up all night, and you didn't care about graphics, you didn't care about frame rate, you cared about like, am I gonna find like the secret passageway? What's ahead at this level? What's this boss's, you know, what are his movements? What are his tendencies? How am I gonna kill this boss? I mean, sure, you have some of that in a lot of new games, but I don't know, maybe it's different for me because, you know, I'm a little bit older, and these games that I played as a kid and these consoles like I played as a kid, you know, I can experience them, but I can't experience new games. So yeah, what is a console you would love to experience new again? For me, it would definitely be the Nintendo. Just because I was so young, and I remember having that console for so long. But yeah, so it's made by Cash and Culture. If you want to check it out, just type in Cash and Culture in Google, or type in the name of the game, it'll come up. And yeah, let me know if you guys had any experience with these games. You know, let's get a discussion going. Let me know if any of them sucked, or if you thought sucked. And yeah, let's get a discussion going, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this pickup video. And until next time, we'll see you on the next video.
Do you even lift, bro?